Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Michael McDowell's Love's Daytona 500 win from 2021. As always, take a quick look at the box. You see you just have the generic race version box for 2021. Got the checkered flag, got the kind of honeycomb pattern, NASCAR Cup Series, got your winner sticker and raced version down there. Got 2021 race winner, got a render of the car right there, Front Row Motorsports, standard finish. Made a total of 1,488 of these things. That is way more than I was expecting for this one. NASCAR Cup Series standard finish. Got your winner sticker. NASCAR Cup Series on the back of the box. 2021 Action Racing Collectibles. Got your winner sticker and such. And you, of course, have your copyright and such on the bottom of the box. Here is the car itself. After all this time, Michael McDowell is finally a Cup Series winner in what was pretty much one of the worst Daytona 500s ever. But we'll get to that a little bit later. Anyways, this, of course, does come with your little race winner sticker. And you, of course, have your race winning stat card. As I said before, I'm kind of disappointed in these this year. Just because they don't really have a bio on the race anymore. But they're still good. I still like getting these stat cards. But here we have the car itself. You have that kind of classic Love's paint scheme. This one has stayed for a long time, too. No one really pays attention to how long this one has stayed. It is a good-looking car. I kind of hate this car in some ways just because, like, half the time there'll be a big one and I'll just see a flash of a yellow and red car and be like, oh, damn, Logano's in it. And then it'll be the Love's car instead. But I see this car has some pretty nice damage for a raced version. Love's actually really got into this. They even got a promo version of this diecast made. Not really entirely sure you get those yet. They're probably going to be available at Love's travel stops or something. Or maybe they're just for employees. I'm not sure yet. But always good to see a sponsor get really into their wins. Anyways, let's get down to the sponsors and such. On the hood, you have Love's and Speed Co. Got Ford Mustang number 34 and Front Row Motorsports. Down the side, you have Love's. You got Speed Co. and Safety Clean down there. Up here, you have Speedy Cash, Mac Tools, Racing Electronics, Mobile One, Sherwin-Williams, K&N, and Lincoln Welders. You got some little, like, tribute or memorial logo right there. Not sure what that one says. On the B post, you have Ford, Speedco, Freight Auctions, and SEM. Got another little tribute logo or something up there. Somebody please tell me what these are. Got Michael McDowell's name on the name rail. Got a third memorial logo. That one has a name on it, but I can't read it. It's so tiny. Said somebody please tell me what all these are. Are these all for the same person or are these all for different people? On the back, you have Love's. You got Front Row Motorsports and number 34 down there with the Ford Michigan license plate. Got Love's and Speedco on the deck lid and Love's on the roof. This is number 150. Got the same stuff down the other side as usual. Take a look under the hood. So you got powered by Ford, Love's, and K&N air filters. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. Obviously no deck lid. The roof flaps, of course, do open. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. But now let's get down to the part everyone's waiting for. That is the damage. Like I said, this one definitely has some nice damage to it. See, the front end is also just very dirty, nicely dirty. There's even confetti on the splitter. That's a nice touch. Bunch of grill tape on the front. And you see you got the bulk of the damage is the right front. I believe he got the damage in the original big one on like lap 14. I think that's where all this is from. Always cool to get tape and damage and stuff on race versions. Down the side, just kind of dirty. Then you get to the back where he also got hit. Tape over the quarter panel right there, right over the Love's logo. You can see it's kind of, the fender was supposed to be warped in a little bit. That looks pretty cool. Back panel also was supposed to be warped around. See the back bumper, definitely been hit in a few times. It's, you know, kind of giving that warped look. Has that black piece at the bottom the Fords ran at super speedways all the years. Left side is basically just dirty. Not really a whole lot on the left side. A few little marks and scuffs, but relatively clean. Does have the roof hatch decal. And you see there is a light sprinkling confetti. There's not a whole lot of confetti on this car, but there is a decent amount. So I do really love that stuff on the splitter, as I just said. Not too crazily damaged, but definitely more damage than a lot of race versions nowadays, so that's really nice to see. Like I said, Michael McDowell winning was probably the only good thing about this Daytona 500, because this Daytona 500 was terrible. This is up there with one of the worst, like 2013 and 2000. This race started so nicely. We had great racing, like 2-3 wide racing all throughout the pack. It was exciting. And then Christopher Bell decides to destroy the entire field on lap like 13 or 14. And then the entire race is a single file snooze fest until the final lap when there is a giant one, fiery explosion, and like any Daytona 500 lately. And of course, we at least get something fun, a fun winner out of it, like I said. Because of course that ends the race, as it does. Which, I mean, Michael McDowell had a little bit of a hand in that one, too. Michael McDowell gave the giant shove to Keselowski that got him to Logano and caused them to wreck each other. Which, it's really no one's fault. Everyone's, of course, going for the Daytona 500 win. But, so, of course, Logano's going to block. Of course, Keselowski's going to try to stick his nose when there's not a hole. And, of course, they wrecked. So that was a very violent crash. Keselowski's, like, back end went to the catch fence and tore off. And so Michael McDowell gave the shove to Keselowski, which... It's kind of funny. Logano was even saying that, like, maybe if he didn't block, he might have had the win anyways, because if you look at the rear view camera or the back bumper cam off of Logano's car, Keselowski was already getting loose from the shove. When he tried to turn down under Logano, he was already almost spinning out before he even touched Logano. Which in some ways, like I said, everyone wanted the Daytona 500 win, but at the same time, it was kind of stupid that if Brad just stuck with Joey, probably a little louder. Maybe Brad could have pulled out a little bit later, because right there, it's like that was a little bit early to try to make a move like that. Especially, like I said, Penske was about to finish 1-2 probably, and now they're both wrecked. All three were wrecked because Austin Cindric, and this car was also involved in that wreck. But it was like a very violent crash. Hopefully this year's Daytona 500 is good. I'm recording this before we've seen any cars on track. Just point that out right now. I'm going to upload this on the day of the Daytona 500, but we probably already have a little bit of a sign of what it's going to be like, but everyone's saying like they don't even have like a backup car for Daytona, and there's such a part shortage with the next gen cars that's kind of concerning me, that it feels like it's going to be like people are going to try to take it easy. But on the bright side, we did just get the Clash, and the Clash was definitely, nobody was taking it easy. Especially when he got to that last chance qualifier. That was like Demolition Derby style. Ty Dillon was just wrecking everyone, so maybe it'll still be exciting. Hopefully nobody tells their drivers to, take it easy on the cars just because they don't have many, because that would make for probably another single file nothing race the entire race. I mean, I'm kind of expecting that at this point. It's going to be like a single file boring race, much like this one was, until you get to like the last 5 laps, and there'll be 17 different big ones, and there'll be 2 cars left at the end, because that seems to be all we can get out of super speedway races nowadays. I hate that shit. I kind of like a race where there's actually a lot of cars going for the finish, and you're having like a nice exciting pack finish, instead of these races where it's like 7 big ones and there's like, oh well, one of these 3 cars is probably going to win because there's only 6 cars left on track. And it's like, I hate those. They ruin the race for me. That happens way too much. There's just like multiple big ones, no one's left at the end, everyone's just wrecking each other and going crazy, and it's stupid. Like, hopefully we can have a clean race, but an exciting race is basically what I want. Like, I want a race where it's not just going to be a single file nothingness, and I don't want a race that everyone's wrecked. I want a race where there's like a good 2-3 wide racing, and everyone is decent amount of people are left at the end. But who knows? We'll have to see what we get. If you want this diecast as a brand new release, you can get it right now. The fact there's 2 different versions getting made, I don't think it's really going to get rare fast, but almost every Daytona 500 one has gotten rare after a little bit. So I would say pick it up if you want it, just because, I don't know, it seems like every Daytona 500, no matter who it is, gets rare eventually. Sometimes it's like immediately, and sometimes it takes a couple years, but they all seem to get rare. I'm curious if there's any differences on that Love's promo version of the car. It has a special box, I know. I know there was a picture of him signing some of them, and they had a different box, so that's cool. But remember, for all of your diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com, and if you use the code BWhack, you can get free shipping on any order over $20. Just go check that out if you want anything. But I think that's pretty much all there is to say. This has been a review of Michael McDowell's Love's Daytona 500 win from 2021. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and let's go for this year's Daytona 500.